All right, let's talk about if the Pistons should have did more for the trade deadline of 2021-2022 season. Let's talk about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Excuse me. Share the video. And they made a deal for DeLon Wright. We talked about that earlier. No need to harp on that. People was happy that they got 2 second-round draft picks. It means absolutely nothing unless they find hidden gems in the diamonds in the rough. I meant to say, but I mean, you just look at the NBA trade deadline. Just trying to just look at it. I'm glad they didn't do some of the things they talked about doing. Excuse me, back hurting. But Portland, I think Portland did make a mistake in the situation in where they got rid of Gary Trent Jr. for Norman Powell. Somehow they should have kept both of them, but maybe they wasn't willing to pay Gary Trent Jr. But thought he was a good player. But got some stuff on Kyle Lowry and making trade offers for Kyle Lowry. Teams had to take into consideration whether he would turn out to be a rental for a season or if they would be able to meet his contract expectations to stay in the free agency. The impact how far teams were willing to go on him. But I mean, you had the Rockets trading for Victor Oladipo. All right, so Larry decided not to go. We weren't looking at him. Mavs set to get Redick. Ball won't be dealt. So Alonzo Ball didn't get dealt, I'm guessing. Confirmed Pelicans are sending JJ Redick and Nikilo Melli to Dallas Mavericks. Pels getting James Johnson back, Wes and Wandu, and second-round pick. No Lonzo Ball trade. Sources tell ESPN he's staying in New Orleans. All right, man. Former Michigan man Mo Wagner is going to the Celtics. Boston is trading Daniel Theis to Chicago, and I guess Mo Wagner going to the Celtics. Daniel Theis, Jeff Horn, Javante Green are headed out possibly with the third team between the Bulls and the Celtics. I confirmed Woj the Warriors are not trading Marquise Chris. Are trading Marquise Chris to the Spurs. It's unclear if Chris' broken leg will be able to play this season anyway. The Hornets are acquiring Brad Watermaker. So ain't really nothing happened. Raptors keeping Kyle Lowry. Rockets acquire Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk in the 2022 pick from Miami for Victor Oladipo. So Avery Bradley getting tossed around like a hoe. Brian Windhorst reporting the Heat have made their offer for Kyle Lowry in the Raptors wing, with the Heat unwilling to add Tyler Hero to the mix, but willing with Duncan Robinson and Precious, whatever his name is, from Kentucky. What I'm hearing with 30 minutes to go, offers for Lowry and get dealt. Who cares? Rondo headed to the Clippers for Lou Williams. Jackson and Golden State Warriors 2021. Second to the Raptors in a Thomas deal. So I don't know who Thomas was. Who cares at this point? Matt Thomas, whoever that is. So, I mean, Gary Trent was a guy I think a lot of people wanted the Pistons to go after. They didn't. He ended up going to Toronto for Norman Powell, him and Rodney Hood, which I hadn't heard Rodney Hood name in a minute. Three-way deal between the Knicks, Terrence Ferguson to the New York in the trade. Philadelphia acquiring OKC George Hill for Tony Bradley, Terrence Ferguson, and 2 future second-round picks. Sources tell ESPN. Austin Rivers goes to OKC as part 3-team deal. Nothing really going on. I mean, this was probably the biggest deal of the day. Gary Harris, R.J. Hampton, and a first-round pick to the Magic for Aaron Gordon. Sources tell ESPN. That's the deal between Denver and Orlando. They get up Aaron Gordon, and, R.J. Hampton was a guy that had a lot of hype. His daddy was LeVar S., and, he played in Australia, ended up going a little bit later in the draft than they liked. Out of Dallas, Texas. Now he on his second team. I didn't know that motherfucker moved. Little dog, he moved fast. Denver is trading a protected 25th, 2025 first-round draft pick. But come on, Mason. Dog retarded. He crazy. I don't say retarded. Here he comes. Magic are sending Evan Fournier to the Celtics. Orlando Magic have traded Evan Fournier to the Boston Celtics. So, I mean, Vujovic, Al-Farouq Afrino, Al-Farouq Amino going to the Bulls for Wendell Carter, 2 first-round picks, and Otto Porter. JaVale McGee went to nothing to talk about. Every year, we talk about the trade deadline. Never happens in the NFL. Rarely anything happens in the NBA. So come here. Come here. Big dog, big dog, big dog, big dog. Look. Hey, good boy. You know, I can care less. The Pistons, it really wasn't nobody that got traded that I want the Pistons to get. Vujovic is cool, you know, but really for Chicago, you needed a rim defender. Andre Drummond didn't get dealt, you know. Like it or not, he going to get bought out, and Aldridge probably going to be bought out too. He didn't get traded. You know, the big thing, you know, was Kyle Lowry. Them not going to get nothing for Kyle Lowry. I mean, so maybe they're going to buy Kyle Lowry out and he able to pick where he want to go. They was acting like Kyle Lowry was Kobe Bryant in his prime or Michael Jordan in his prime. You know, why would I give you Tyler Hero for a rental? You know, or for a guy that's, you know, how old is Kyle Lowry? He pretty much past his prime. But, you know, for the Pistons, it wasn't no, I just got so much stuff going on right now. It wasn't no point to move for any of these guys. Aaron Gordon, I've really never been a fan. There was reports that he wanted to play for a big market in the winter. Pistons ain't a winner, and they really not in the big market. Come here. I just said, come here, man. Come here. Hard-headed. Sit. Stay. So Kyle Lowry, 35 years old. What the fuck you want for a 35-year-old? You know, he just turned 35 today. Happy birthday to Kyle Lowry. I mean, what you want me to get? What you want me to give you for a 35-year-old? Some pork skins? A crack rock? What you want me to get for a 35-year-old? You act like this motherfucking LeBron at 35. You know? So, you know, like I said before, nobody got traded. I thought that was going to help. I like Nikola Vujovic a lot. But I thought the guys that got traded, like Norman Powell, Gary Trent Jr., JaVale McGee, Aaron Gordon, I thought they can help playoff contenders. You know what I'm saying? So I thought they can help get somebody over the hump. And Philadelphia didn't do much. Brooklyn didn't do much. And for Philadelphia and Brooklyn, it's going to be all about the buyout. But, you know, it wasn't nobody out there that I'm saying the Pistons got to get. I mean, why mortgage your young guys for older guys? You know, unless they can, you know, unless who got traded for 2 first-round picks, unless you can flip Jeremy Grant for 2 first-round picks. From Chicago, them picks looking like they might be lottery picks. So be it, but it wasn't no reason to trade nobody right now. You know, part of the rebuild process is getting young talent. You look at Isaiah, you know, Joe Dumars and those guys, and John Sally and Dennis Rodman, drafting guys. So, you know, they messed up on Killian. I can tell you that right now. He couldn't play before the hip injury. Isaiah Stewart, 6'9" center. He probably going to be an energy bench guy. About the same height as Draymond. So, the real guy that they got is Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey. So, this draft, you know, people talking about Jalen Suggs. I like him a lot. I seen him early in the season. I ain't seen him much late. But it might be him. You know, it might be in a situation where they take the center out of USC, but it might be a situation they take a Jalen Suggs, a guy that can get his own shot. You know, but Cade Cunningham, why would they take him and they got Killian Hayes? You know what I'm saying? They take Cade Cunningham, Killian, probably for the most part coming off the bench, and then got situations where traded Ray a pick for Blake, he walked away. Well, you could have got Michael Porter Jr. somebody else. Had a situation you took, what's the old boy name? The French kid. What's his name? Sayoko Diambo, whatever his name is. Dubonye, you know, he ain't not looking good right now. You know, he only 20 years old, but we can't keep using that as an excuse. So, you know, for the most part, the one guy they hit on was Sadiq Bey. And they got to be more of those. I mean, they could Tyrese Halliburton, you know. You still wouldn't need Cade Cunningham. So, I mean, you get Cade Cunningham or you get a Terrell Suggs or Jalen Suggs, whatever his name is. You know, then you can continue to build. But, you know, Isaiah Stewart and Killian Hayes going to have to do something. If they don't, I mean, it is what it is. Wouldn't have mind seeing them trade Killian Hayes at all. Wouldn't have minded, man, because he ain't shit. But other than that, pretty much it's ground zero. You got Bay, you got Grant. Those are the 2 players I see promising right now. If Dubonye can give you something, guess what? You got Jeremy Grant anyway. So Dubonye can take his time and develop. You know, how's Dubonye going to get out there and show you something if his minutes inconsistent? I mean, I'll show you something about Diambo. I haven't been watching the Pistons game. I already know what the outcome is. They're going to lose close games and, you know, they might turn around and beat somebody. They're not supposed to. But he's averaging less minutes this year than he did last year. He's averaging 13 minutes a game. What you expect with this motherfucker do with 13 minutes a game? That's why the Jeremy Grant thing didn't make a lot of sense. That's probably why they didn't want to draft Sadiq Bey, because they had Dubonye. You know, That's the problem right there. 13 minutes. He going backwards. That's gonna hurt his confidence. He need to be out there playing. You know, even if you got to play him at the 2, he need to be out there with 30 plus minutes a night, and that's what's hurting his growth. And right now, it look like they should have took the kid Darius Baisley. It look like they should have took Baisley. I don't know what Baisley doing, but let's take a look. Come over my place. But Baisley's averaging 30 minutes a game. He went up 18 minutes a game, right around where Diambo was last year. 30 minutes a game, averaging slightly under 12 points a game, 11.9, 1.4, 1.5 assists, 7.5 rebounds. He's shooting less than 30% from the 3-point line, less than 40% from the field goal, but 70% from the free throw. I mean, really, that's the one guy that you look in that draft class. That's the one guy you look at and you be like, oh, maybe they should have took him. You think about Kevin Porter. You think about all the situations with the locker room stuff, but he looked like an amazing player when he playing in Houston. But Oladipo, Gary Trent, Norman Powell, you know, they deserve to go to places that's contending for Western Conference, Eastern Conference championships, or contending in the playoffs. But I will tell you this: the Jazz should have thought about going to get Norman Powell. You know, they should have definitely think about that. But like I said before, I'm glad go with the young guys. The only mistake they making right now is keeping Dwayne Casey and not playing Dubois. But then Casey said he had COVID too. So, you know, back in March. But hey, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what really happened. But good that they didn't make any major trades, and they're gonna have cap space with all these young guys, with Blake being gone, Andre being gone. So it's really about drafting. That's what Jack McCloskey was great at, drafting. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, all that social media links, description. Fastest reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. Links in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate. Share video. Appreciate the love, support. One time for one time. Peace.